Hey, what's up, guys? Not so long between videos. We're going to start getting back into videos to recap some of the stuff that's going on. I keep talking about behind the scenes. There's been a lot of activity going on, and I'm going to try to start bringing everybody up to why we're doing what we're doing. When we first started this trailer, Jordan had faith in us for some crazy reason, and I think he still does. He's probably going to watch this and laugh, but I knew that we could do what we were going to do. I didn't know how we were going to do it exactly. I knew the material was available. Come to find out, there was a lot more materials that I had to find, but I've had to train myself on some of the stuff. I've had to train the guys on some of the stuff. We've had to figure out materials, adhesives, different uses for adhesives, different processes for this. I mean, this thing has been step by step, figure this out, figure that out, figure that, wait, go back, nope, got to figure that. It's been a thing. So that's, again, the video we just posted, I talked about the behind the scenes stuff. We're in the middle of summer, and we had a roadside call yesterday that we stopped the shop. They were getting ready they're headed way out west and had a problem. We stopped everything, got them back out on the road. So things like that come up. Those are some of the things that are going on. I'm going to talk about where we're at, what we've done, why we've done it, what we're doing it with, and stuff like that. So this is probably going to be a little longer than usual. But I think it's important information to have. Hit the subscribe button, like us, find us on Facebook, and do all those kinds of things. We are at the point where as our content gets shared more and more and more, it actually sends dollars back to the shop. It's not very much right now at all, but the more popular this gets, the more you guys input to us, the more we can do stuff like this. Basically, what I'm trying to do is fix issues that are in the industry and make them a lot more mainstream, so that when you go out and buy a $50,000, $80,000, $100,000, $150,000 camper, you don't get 5-6 years down the road and it's trash. I was at a different shop. I'm not going to name names, but I know a guy. I've known him for more than 15 years now, and he's the general manager at a facility. And his take on it was the floor's bad, the roof's bad, and one or both goes bad on every one of them. So that's from a long-time camping executive. To me, that's not acceptable. So Jordan came to us, my floor's busted, can you do the floor? I said yes. We got into the floor, and then it was, well, we're going to need to do the walls, and we got to the walls, and then it's to do the roof. Basically, what we've come up with is a way to completely redo a camper. His floor is now waterproof. We're almost to the step where what we did was we sprayed the floor. Floor's waterproof. Then we built the walls, set the cabinets, built the rear entertainment center. Everything's setting on top of the waterproof floor. So now we're going in, we're masking everything back up, we're retaping, remasking. We're going to get a line down at the bottom, and it will be within our baseboard trim range. Once we've got that line at the bottom, we're going to come back in and we're going to spray the main living area, so that if a slide does leak, it's going to leak onto waterproof. The water's not going to hurt it. If he spills something in the kitchen, it's not going to go into the floor and run underneath the cabinet, rot the cabinet out, rot the floor out. If there's there can't be a leak in the shower. So we actually used our roofing material and sprayed the shower in. So the shower is one piece. There's no seams, there's no nothing. So there's no way for the shower to leak, and I'm going to wait and talk about the bathroom floor once we get that done. But the bathroom, the shower and the floor, and the seam between the shower and the floor, and everything that goes around that is 100% waterproof. It's not water resistant. It just flat. I mean, you could throw a bucket of water in there and it's going to hang out. So that's what's going on back there. This, you can't see this entertainment center, but there's cabinets on either side. There's a big cabinet underneath here. There's a big section right here where a TV is going to go. The guys custom built that whole thing in place so that it fit the space, fit the TV, it fit his sound bar, did all that. The only thing that's original in the whole trailer is the kitchen system, and Noah's got a picture of the countertop that's about to go back down on, and it's the original countertop, but we completely refurbished it, recoated it, and now it looks like black marble. It's pretty cool. So the point to all of this is when we first started, I started posting pictures, everybody said, well, why don't you buy a new camper? The simple fact of the matter is I don't know of a camper on the planet, at least right now, that has a waterproof floor. I mean, that starts the whole thing. If a slide leaks onto, nothing hurts. The roof can't leak, and the shower can't leak. So basically what we're trying to do is we're trying to fix all of these problems that the camping industry has had for years and years and years, and nobody's doing anything about it. One of the biggest things that's happened in this process is this happy little bucket right here has got our name on it now. We've spent, Noah and I, and now Joe's involved, and Stacy's been up front dealing with me, and that can be a job by itself. Noah's smiling, and I don't find the humor in it. I've dealt with myself for 55 years. But anyway, when we started this venture and back this time last year, we were tearing our camper apart because we were going to put a roof on it. And little did I know that 2 days into tearing the roof apart, the whole side of the camper, the wall literally just peeled off. The whole thing delaminated, it was gone, boom. And I got a whole deep dive, rapid, intense education in the RV industry, and it was not pleasant. My construction background, my mechanical background, and all of that played into it. We got it put back together, and it all centered around the roof material. This roof material is proprietary to us. It was blended specifically to go on an RV roof. The whole point to it is it stretches, it flexes, it doesn't become brittle in ultraviolet or under ultraviolet exposure. It doesn't become brittle when it's cold outside. It doesn't melt when it's hot outside. Once it's down, it's there. And it's been tested. The torture test on this stuff goes way past the life expectancy of any RV. We're using our processes for sealing roof penetrations. We're using things like automotive grade seam sealer. That stuff's got a lifespan of at least 30 years, minimum. And when we're doing it, we're putting it underneath a fixture, so essentially that fixture becomes lifetime. The only thing that's going to happen is if it gets broken, you unscrew it, you take a putty knife, you scrape it up, and you put a new piece down. And it all stems around this aliphatic polyurea. You see, there's another national company out there. They've been out for a while now, and from what I see, they do a decent job of spraying a roof. I don't see a lot of construction technique in what they do. I don't see a lot of upgrades. What I hear in the industry is, well, we're not engineers. We didn't engineer the thing, so we're going to put it back exactly the way that it needs to go back. I am not an engineer. I've been in the construction industry and the building trades for most of my life. And if I don't know it, I know somebody to call. And I'm not afraid to say I don't know what I'm doing. I've got a huge index in my phone that I can call just about anybody and get just about any answer that I need. And there's always somebody smarter than me that I'll lean on if I've got a question. But this aliphatic polyurea, we're the only ones in the country spraying it. Why? Because it was built for RVs. The RV industry, the manufacturers have looked at this stuff, and their main complaint to the whole thing is that they can't use Dicors, they can't use all of the traditional sealants. Solvents don't like it, so how do we clean this stuff up? And they're not taking the time to understand what the material is and to make a change. If they would make the change, if they would start using it on the roof and develop the processes, what they would end up with is a roof that they could call, in my opinion, they could call it a Lifetime. Saying Lifetime has its own risks. You know, what happens 35 years from now if the plastic on the vent gets brittle and it cracks and now there's a leak? Was it the roof's fault or was it the plastic's fault? That's the reason I'm always reluctant to say Lifetime. But the material itself is going to outlast any other component in the trailer other than maybe the frame steel itself, and it's still susceptible to rust. So anyway, we found out last week, we knew it, but we didn't know the extent. Last Friday, we used this material, sprayed the shower in, and actually it was Thursday that led into Friday. And through a series of events, we ended up with a blister. We had to peel the blister off, sand it all down, and redo everything, and that just turned into a thing. So the process on how to spray this, the environment that it needs to be sprayed in, the cleanliness, the temperatures, the humidities, all of these things is another reason that the industry as a whole doesn't want to pick it up. I'm certain it's the reason that the other company that's doing a lot of spray on roofs doesn't want to use this stuff, because I see where they're spraying and it's inside an open air pole barn, or it's underneath a roof, and sometimes it's outside. That's not the way we're going to do things. This is in my opinion, this is a way better product. This does not get top coated. Their product, it gets sprayed on, it's a pure poly, and then it gets top coated with an aliphatic paint. This is an aliphatic polyurea. Once it goes down, it's white, it's UV stable, it's color stable, everything about it. It stays white. You go back 20 years from now, it might have faded just a little bit because the sun's brutal, but it's still a white aliphatic polyurea roof. And then we're finding other areas to use this. We're spraying it around the slides. So the slide surround on the outside is literally one piece. It's sprayed with the aliphatic. It's expensive. This bucket, quick math, it takes a part A, part B. The B bucket is black. A 10-gallon set of this stuff, my cost is working close to $1,000. And when we do a roof, we use multiples of these, and that's where it gets expensive. So you call the chemical guy up and you say, hey, I need a drum set of aliphatic. He says, cool, send me a check for $10,000 and it's on its way. So we're not playing with little stuff here, guys. But I believe in it. I believe in what we're doing here, and the results are coming. So where we're at, the floor is sprayed. It's about to get its second and final coat. All the cabinets are in. All of the construction is built. We're putting in the new ceiling right now. The bedroom's done. The bathroom's about to be done, and the front half of the trailer should be done tomorrow. We've got the batten strips are starting to go in. We're going to start dropping LED lighting in. The light strips are on the way. As soon as we get the ceiling pulled back here, there's going to be a mini split indoor unit here in the middle. That will take care of the cabin. It's got an auxiliary port that's going to go. It's got a 4-inch dump that'll go and drop in the bedroom to get the bedroom cooled down. And then it's actually got an option. I think I'm going to use this one, but there's an option to do an outdoor air draw, so it'll actually pull in outdoor air. We've got a vent to put in the bathroom. This area will not have a vent except for there's going to be an exhaust vent over the range. So in here is going to be climate controlled by 110 volt mini split. The outside, the condenser will be outside. And that's what's going on. So as we update these things, we're going to start showing more pictures. You've got a bunch of pictures to show right now. Have I covered everything we talked about? Sorry guys, this is kind of live, but we'll edit. Yeah. We got everything? So I'm going to start doing some more update videos. They won't take so long, but this stuff has got to get understood. We have basically got it to the point now that if another shop wants this, we can sign the paperwork, we can license them to use this. Part of that is going to go, they're going to come here and they're going to get trained by us. And then they can start spraying it. And then the first couple of times that they're doing it, or at least until they get familiar enough with it, I will be on site being their training person. So it's not cheap. It's not a cheap way to do it. The cost to do this roof in real time is about the same as TPO. The material and labor costs and everything are the same. The initial cost is massive. The difference is when we're done with this, Jordan's going to be able to drag this thing into Sherwood Forest and drag a tree branch all the way down the top of it, and nothing's going to happen. The tree branches aren't going to hurt it. Hail is not going to hurt it. I took a hammer and smacked a panel with this stuff in it just to see what would happen, and it broke the wood on the other side, but the aliphatic, I couldn't even see where I hit it. So it's pretty cool stuff. But we need to make this, or start making this, a little more mainstream so everybody gets an idea of what's going on. So I think I've rambled enough. There's going to be a lot more progress coming up here real quick. We're getting into some quick production areas. As soon as we've got the ceiling, the mini split, all the utilities in the roof, we put a roof on this thing, we spray the outside of it, and we get into the final touches. So we're getting close. I'm getting excited. So I think that's all for now. I'm going to quit rambling. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button, and you'll see another video up soon. Later.